Hey Buns, today we're here to talk about Zenless Zone Zero, a new game from Hoyoverse, who's actually sponsoring today's video. Hoyo makes two of my other favorite games, Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, which I never shut up about. So the fact they're making Zenless Zone Zero got me pretty excited to get my hands on it. This game is a brand new urban fantasy action RPG set in a post-apocalyptic world, which can't be all that bad because they do have cat girls, bunny girls, and shark girls who are maids. The footage you're seeing now is something that I just found myself in the game last night. It's probably one of the sickest cutscenes I have ever seen in a game, with a fox lady samurai facing off against a gigantic monster. Her name is Miyabi, by the way. Just stunning. And according to my friends who were also playing and got a little bit further ahead of me, they said there is a ton more incredible cutscenes just like this one waiting to be discovered. I met Miyabi while unlocking Hollow Zero, which is like the Triple Z version of Star Rail's Simulated Universe. It's kind of like that. It's got aspects of a roguelike where you go through various rooms, you're fighting stuff, you're getting power-ups, and I think this is actually my favorite part of the game so far because the fights are a little bit more challenging, the bosses have more health than what I've seen in story mode. Now, to be fair, I started in casual mode. There's casual mode or challenge mode difficulty. I think I would have been fine starting on challenge mode difficulty. Overall, I'd say that the combat took me a little while to get used to, like maybe half an hour or so. But once it clicked, it was like, it comes at you so fast. It's like training your reflexes to react faster.
Like once you start getting a bunch of ultimate gauge and skills and it's flashing, oh my god.
And so that when you pull off the dodge or the combo, it feels so good. You can also chain attacks and do assists with your party members, and everybody has their different ultimates, of course. The combat is super fast paced and reactive, but it felt pretty easy for me to pick up. There are a few different fighting styles for characters so far. Stun characters like A and B build up enemy daze meters to inflict a stun, giving you a large damage buff. And at this point, you can swap in an attack-focused character and wreak havoc. Attack is pretty self-explanatory. Damage. Anomaly agents also do lots of damage, with a focus on building up attribute anomalies to trigger disorder effects. Grace, for example, hits with electric to build up shock anomaly. There's also support agents focused on buffing the team, like Nicole, and tanky defense type agents with high survivability. Yes, you can be a giant bear. This is a defense free character that you get from doing the story. One thing I really love about combat so far is that every character feels very different. Playing as this huge hulking bear feels wildly different than fast little cat Nekomata. And also the fact that I have a background playing Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail made it easier for me to navigate the UI because a lot of this stuff is going to feel familiar if you played some of those other games. Still, I think what'll shock you the most is the animation quality for everything, like in ultimates and cutscenes everywhere. I kind of got a taste for this and expected it because I'd seen the official character demos before playing the game, and that might be something for you to look at too. Just maybe do a vibe check. Of all the ones I've watched, Nekomata's was easily my favorite. Like, you should at least watch that one because she's such an over-the-top, campy cat girl, but it works because there really is more to her than just that. Like, you wouldn't expect that this cat girl's trailer starts with references to the Godfather film, like,
sweet life.
Damn it! I can't catch her!
We still going? Chat instead. How about I make you an offer you can't refuse?
Together! Surround her!
maybe you would actually, because it's called an offer you can't refuse, but it's callback to that scene where he's petting the cat and he's like, you didn't need a friend like me. You didn't. But now you come to me for justice. Oh my god, I can't do it. I cannot do it. Doesn't matter. The soundtrack is also, has a soft-spoken beat that I feel like fits a sneaky cat really well. I actually like that she shakes her butt when she's about to pounce. So she's like, yeah. I think normally this wouldn't work, or it would be annoying, but Zenless Zone Zero has this really playful comic book, lighthearted style, but there's also an edge to it. Like, it's not shallow. It's fun, but not shallow. I have also met Nekomata in the story, and I can confirm that my girl has depth, okay? And she is cool beyond just, yeah. Her gameplay is also really fun, of course. She rewards you for dodging, and she's incredibly fast. So, like, she can slash back and forth a bunch of times. And I think with her, having to pay more attention to when I can perfect dodge is helping me slowly improve. And there's also tutorials you can do with every character, so you can practice these things and understand them better. And overall, the combat is really slick and rewarding. Besides Nekomata, another fast favorite of mine is, of course, Billy, who is sort of reminiscent of Deadpool for me, but he's actually such a dork. Like, he's such a nerd. He's obsessed with the Starlight Knights, superheroes in the game, and it's like, it's kind of relatable. I can't even be like, oh, that's so cringe, because I am also super obsessive. So he's fun to play. He has guns and he spins around, and I found that being at range feels a little easier to deal with as a new player, so it felt pretty newbie friendly. I also really like the gameplay of this girl, Corin. She has got a massive saw blade and chainsaw thing, but I had trouble relating to her personality, I'll be honest, because it's like, girl, why are you apologizing? Like, you have a big ass power saw. Everybody has to do what you say. But really, no two characters are the same. They're all really unique, and I have laughed out loud plenty of times in this story so far. There's a lot of silliness, but there are stakes, there are villains, there is unexpected twists and turns that don't feel predictable, and also the voice acting is top tier. So far, I think I really love the performance of Mr. Mole in one of the quests.
And with such skill and such finesse, my word, there's no faking that. But I'm pretty sure I can smell a rat. Yes, smelly. Oh, rats.
And as you've noticed, there is a ton of variety in character designs. Besides our shark, bunny, and cat girls, there's also robots, a bear, a wolf man. I've seen elf NPCs walking around, a tiefling, so that's pretty fun. Like, it makes me curious what they'll think of next. You know, if we have a bun girl, maybe there could be bun boy. So at some point, yeah, it's possible. It's possible. They've actually just announced a cat boy type character coming. Well, I think he's a cat. He does appear to have a pretty long tail. And he's voiced by the same VA who voices Alhaitham. Also, this game has a ton of cute little bunny critters. This is a very bun-centric game. There's the Bangaboos, which are super cute, but they also can pull out machine guns and attack people. So a lot of times, you know, outside of combat, whenever you're just in between missions, you're doing stuff around town, you might get coffee, get the noodles with this really chill music playing in the background, maybe just take a picture of a little kitty cat. You're running this old-fashioned video store, you know, the kind that only exists in our childhood memories, but used to be pretty important. I'm old enough to remember when those were really real. Do you remember? Do you remember those? I remember. Man, I remember going to the video store with my brother, and my mom would let us pick out a video game that we could play. And then the Domino's was next door, so we'd pick up Domino's in the video game, and then we'd play it and return it. And I appreciate that they can see the charm in that and the nostalgia in that. There's a lot of this like 90s and early 2000s nostalgia with VHS, cassette tape stuff, that type of thing everywhere. They've embraced the charm of older technology. And another thing about Zenless Zone Zero is that you navigate through different combat zones in the Hollow, which is like apocalypse causing place. That's all I can say, using these TVs. And I actually kind of struggled with how understanding these TVs work at first, because I do not have common sense. Following it? Oh my god, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I'm not good at figuring things out. Okay. What I didn't realize right away is that you can move these washing machine looking things with your bunny guy. And once I figured that out, and you can basically trade places with certain things to move them at times, that made it a lot easier. And now I really enjoy this type of maze puzzle part of the game. And I like doing it now. I will tell you, pick up the stuff, like collect stuff when you're in these places, get the orange balls. When I first tried it, I just beeline to the exit because I was scared of getting lost or doing something wrong. It's fine. It's fine. You should get the things, collect the things, and don't be afraid to spend these gold coins either. One other thing I'll tell you is that at the start of the game, as is common with Hoyo games, you pick which main character you want to play, the male or the female main character. If you're anything like me, you might have a crisis at this point, worried that choosing a female main character means male character wise will go away forever. Well, you do not need to worry about that. If you pick whichever one you pick, your sibling, the other one, will stick around and be present a lot, no matter who you pick. So just feel free to pick the one you like. I'm really glad I went with Belle. Actually, she reminds me of myself a little bit. You know, she's a bit messy and cannot find 2 matching socks. Overall, I would say I'm having a really good time with the game. Mostly just trying to get better at playing Nekomata, wanting to do more of the Hollow Zero and go through all the different quests and commissions and things. And it seems like the reception on social media has also been super positive as well. I can totally confirm the game feels extremely polished, and a couple of my friends who've gotten into the game with me are now like way ahead of me, and they haven't been able to put it down. So it's been a W. So I'm probably going to be getting back to leveling as soon as I'm done with this video. The game is of course free to play for PC, PS5, or mobile, and I'll put a link for where you can download it in the comments section down below. If you have tried it, let me know if you've got a favorite character yet in the comments section down below. I would love to hear. I'm actually also a huge fan of the wolf guy. And I've been thinking about him a lot more than I expected. Anyway, I do want to thank Hoyoverse again for sponsoring this video and for making another great game. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!